Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown. It's Friday. It's October 12th as I'm filming this. This is for tomorrow, Saturday the 13th, college football. All right, guys, got a lot of action tomorrow. I got 2 free picks in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. All right, guys, Florida, number 16 in the country, going to play at Vanderbilt. Right now, the Gators are favored -7.5. That total is sitting at 50.5. Vanderbilt, they got a strong pass game, but Florida starting to pick up some momentum, playing very good ball. They won 4 straight. Then you got Minnesota going to play at number 3, Ohio State. The Buckeyes are ready for the challenge, according to Urban Meyer. They're 6-0 on the year, taking on a Minnesota team that's off to a 3-2 start. They got a red shirt quarterback that walked on, so we'll see what happens. Ohio State favored -29.5. That total is sitting at 59.5. Then you got Tennessee going to take on Auburn. Auburn is a pissed-off team. They got pounded last week by Mississippi State, 23-9. Somebody go to pay for that shit. I'm telling you, Tennessee, they lost 38-12 to Georgia last week, suffered some injuries, and they shot themselves in the foot quite a bit. Auburn is favored -15. The total sitting at 45.5. Number 9, UCF Knights taking on Memphis, going to play at Memphis. All right, the Knights, as we talk about, I'm telling you, they're 5-0. This team has not lost in a long time. They beat this team 40-13 last year. Memphis has won 3 out of 4, though, but they've lost 11 out of 12 in this series. UCF favored -5.5. That total sitting at 81.5. Here's one that should be good. Michigan State going to Happy Valley to take on number 8 Penn State. Penn State, they've had a week off to lick their wounds from that loss to Ohio State. They're 4-1, taking on a Michigan State team that their defense gave up 373 yards last week in that loss to Northwestern. Penn State is favored -13.5. That total is sitting at 53. And you got Baylor taking on Texas. Texas is ranked 14th in the country. They're back. I'm telling you, this team looks good. Tom Herman is coaching his ass off. They're 5-1 on the year, taking on a Baylor team that's dangerous, though, averaging 500 yards per game. Texas Longhorns are favored -14. That total sitting at 60.5. Then you got Pittsburgh going to take on Notre Dame. Pittsburgh coming off that big win over Syracuse, but guess what? This ain't Syracuse, for crying out loud. Notre Dame 6-0 on the year. They're 4-2 against the spread. The Irish are favored -21.5. That total is sitting at 54. Then you got number 2, Georgia Bulldogs going to play at number 12, LSU. This will be one for the ages. 6-0 Georgia against 5-1 LSU. LSU coming off that loss last week to Florida. Right now, Georgia favored -7. That total is at 50.5. Washington ranked 7th in the country, going to play at Oregon. This is a much improved Oregon team. Justin Hebert, the quarterback, he's got a legitimate shot at the Heisman. They're off to a 4-1 start. Washington, I don't know if this team's overranked. I don't know that they've been tested. They're 5-1 on the year, and they're favored on the road -3.5. That total is sitting at 57.5. 2 great quarterbacks in that game. Then you got Mississippi at Alabama. Wow, roll tide roll, number 1 in the country. Right now they're favored -27.5, and I meant to say Missouri, not Mississippi. Missouri is 3-2 on the year. Quarterback Drew Lock, he's having a good year. That offense is averaging 39 points per game for Missouri. Missouri and Bama, the total is sitting at 74.5. You know what I like? Pull that trigger on the under. Missouri at Alabama, 74.5. I don't think it's going to get that high, and I like that. On the under, Missouri and Alabama, under 74.5. That's our first pick. Then you got Wisconsin at Michigan. Wisconsin, number 10 in the country. Michigan starting to play some really good defense. Michigan is favored at home -9.5. That total is sitting at 49. The last game we're going to talk about, and we've got a pick, West Virginia going to take on Iowa State Cyclones. 5-0 West Virginia. Will Grier and that offense are dangerous, absolutely dangerous. Banged up as Iowa State. They got some quarterback issues. Right now, West Virginia is favored -6.5. The total's at 56.5. What I like, pull that trigger. West Virginia Mountaineers on the full game -6.5. I like both spots, guys. Again, there's 2 picks. Missouri and Alabama under 74.5, and West Virginia on the full game -6.5. Make sure you get a hold of me, MikeBrennerSports@gmail.com, or send a text message 281-871-8985. I got private paid picks throughout the weekend. I'd be glad to show you a week and show you what I can do. We had a great night last night. We're already off to a good start tonight as I'm filming. filming this. So let's keep the momentum going. Guys, I say it all the time, family comes first on this team. So don't get caught up in your account over the weekend. Don't get caught up in front of the TV. Make sure you're making that time for the family. All right, guys, bet responsible. Beat your bookie and build that bank with Brenner, college football style. Let's have a great day, guys. And don't forget, that Brenner Blast and that Brenner Breakdown is coming to you, baby. Stay tuned because I'm going to have my Major League Baseball and NBA video on Saturday morning, which you'll probably see this Saturday. Make sure you tune in for that on YouTube as well. Hit that like button, guys. Let's have a great weekend, college football style.